Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel and to a very long awaited plan with me. This is my first plan with me I have filmed since back in, I believe, February. I want to say the end of February. It's been a long time. I am happy to be back. I apologize, guys, that it was so much longer than I thought for me to not be uploading a plan with me. I obviously have uploaded a couple new releases videos, but I have not done a plan with me in a very long time. So please bear with me as I stumble my way through this plan with me because I have not filmed or done anything with stickers other than my shop stickers in months. So I'm excited though. I'm excited to be filming again. I'm hoping to actually keep up with this and to actually do a plan with me for you guys every week. Also, do not mind my tan line. It's so bad. My goal is to hopefully continue and do a plan with me at least every single week for you guys. Obviously, we are in August and I skipped a ton of months, and this is my Disney year of spreads, and I really want to go back and actually film all of those spreads for you guys. But I figured best way to do this was to kind of make sure I'm caught up here. That way you guys are at least on current events of what's happening in my life. And then every now and then, maybe every week, every couple weeks, who knows, I will upload the past weeks, if that makes sense. So they are going to be a little behind. I figured that was the best way of doing this rather than me going all the way back to February and then filming those plan with me's and trying to catch up. This way I'm at least caught up, and then you guys still see those spreads. You guys don't have to watch them if you don't want to. There are some very special ones that will be coming, including my Avengers campus spread, obviously. I'm going to give you guys a whole entire update in this video of like my life and what's happened in the past like 6 months or so. But yeah, there are going to be some very fun spreads coming in those past months, so I still want to film them. I still want to upload them for you guys if you guys wanted to watch them. Totally not obligated to, but that is kind of my plan. So yeah, so let's go ahead and just get into this one, and I'll continue talking as I'm planning, hopefully, if my brain can actually do both at the same time. So for this spread, I am planning out the week of August 9th through the 15th, and I'm using the Two Worlds kit from Scribble Co. It has been in my sticker storage for a while. I think this was it a 2020 kit? I don't know if it was a 2020 or a 2019 kit, but it's been sitting here for a little while, and I knew I wanted to use it in August because of the colors. So here we are using it. I actually planned on using this a little bit later, but I kind of just like moved it around. I keep moving my spreads around because, again, I haven't planned out, so I want to make sure I'm still using all the kits that I want to use. But yeah, so we'll flip through this kit. This is a mini kit, so you have your full boxes, the little Munchkin freebie, which I'm just going to stick to the side because I won't use that, the Fashion Girls, glitter headers, deco sheet, functional sheet, half boxes sheet, and the bottom washi. So yeah, that is essentially the kit that I'm going to be using. I am going to be talking through this entire plan with me, or at least majority of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a voiceover for the actual day-by-day part. I haven't decided. Also, my window is open, so if you guys can hear any car noises or anything like that, don't mind them. I'm sorry, but I do unfortunately have my window open because I need to be able to actually have some air in here, because at least today it's not as hot. It's just, it'll get real stuffy in here real quickly if I decide to not have my window open. Okay, so 9th through the 15th. I feel like I am like a rookie at this because I have not filmed a plan with me in a very long time. Do I know what I'm doing? We'll find out. Okay, so I'm debating on washi. I kind of want to use this washi. I just don't know if it's going to match very well. It does have in the Fashion Girls, like it does have a cheetah print here. It's just a little bit darker, but I really want to try it to see if I can make it work and to see if I can make it look good. So we're into that. If I don't like it, then I'm going to go ahead and pick it back up and we'll do something different, but I'll probably end up using this instead. But yeah, so update on my life. So for those of you who do not know, I went back to work on, I think it was March 1st exactly. I went back to work at Disneyland. I do still work there as of now. I mean, this plan with me will be going up soon. So yes, I do still work there for anyone who is curious. I wasn't planning on taking such a long break. It just kind of happened, and I think it was just more of like, originally I was just trying to get acclimated to going back to work. I had a lot of anxiety going back because obviously COVID is a thing. It still is very much a thing. And I was just very nervous, and I wanted to at least get acclimated to trying to do a Etsy shop as well as working full time. And I, like I said, did not plan on doing a 6 month, however long month hiatus. That was definitely not my goal, but it just kind of happened, and now we are where we are right now. Going back was good. It was a interesting experience, having to actually work at an amusement park during, it wasn't the height of the pandemic, but it was during a pretty scary time still. And even now, it's very interesting working at an amusement park while still having a pandemic going on. Things just keep changing for us daily. Like, we find out new things every single day of like, okay, this is now a thing, this is now a new policy, things like that. And it kind of gets a little exhausting every now and then to try to keep up with what's happening. But yeah, going back during that time frame was very nerve-wracking for me. I was very, I don't want to say scared, I was just anxious about it. And I think it was just me trying to get back into the routine of going to work and being around people again. For those who don't know, I actually have social anxiety. I have a lot of social anxiety, and me being quarantined for a year actually made that, like, it heightened that anxiety. So me going back to work was a huge step for me. It was a huge thing, and I'm very glad I went back when I did. It was actually a really fun experience. In some aspects, it was very nerve-wracking again, in others, but it was a fun experience to be able to welcome back everyone back into the resort, because I obviously didn't go when they first opened downtown, but I did go when they first opened California Adventure back up, for what is it called? Touch of Disney. So they were doing a ticketed event for a DCA, and I actually was a part of that, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it and like loved working it just because it was so much fun. Did I enjoy the anxiety part of it and the COVID part? No, but it was just really fun to actually have, like, it kind of felt like a normalcy. I had some type of normalcy, and it felt nice just to be back. And the atmosphere of Touch Disney was great because everyone was also incredibly nice, and people were just excited to be back. And yeah, that's kind of what happened when I went back. We're in my normal location for a couple of months, and then I ended up actually getting feedback about Avengers Campus, which you guys all have asked me, or like you were all keeping up with me during the pandemic of, hey, have you heard anything about campus? Do you know anything? Because for those who don't know, I actually applied back in March. Was that my interview? It was end of February, beginning of March of 2019. Nope, 2020. It was last year. Of when I had that interview, and I didn't have any updates even when I went back. All I knew was, hey, I'm going back to work. We'll see if they ever open campus. If they don't, and we'll see what happens with it. But maybe about a month of me being there, they announced campus's opening date, and instantly I started to freak out of like, oh god, here we are, like, it's finally that time. Am I gonna find out if I'm going? Am I not? Like, what's gonna happen? So there was actually one day where I got pulled to work a 10-hour shift. I was also working a lot of overtime, hence why I just didn't have the time to do a lot of things, because so much overtime, guys. Like, I worked so many hours, and I actually got pulled for a 10-hour shift, and I actually got my feedback during that day. So I was already, like, it was an interesting day, which you guys potentially, I think you guys will see that spread eventually. But it was just an interesting day. Like, I was emotional, and I was having kind of a rough day a little bit, and then I was working, like I said, that 10-hour shift, and it was just one of those, like, am I ready to hear this? So I got called into my manager's office. Actually, not even my manager's office. I clocked back from lunch, and it said go meet with a manager, and I was just like, oh god, what did I do? Like, did I do something? I only just came back. How did I already, like, mess this up? And it was actually feedback for my campus interview that I did a year prior, essentially, because this was beginning of this year, but I did the interview a year before that. And I instantly started freaking out when I saw the people that were in there, and I was like, oh god, like, what is happening? I was so scared, and I was so nervous. Hold on, let me try to figure out what I'm doing. My brain of trying to figure out full boxes. But yeah, I was just so incredibly nervous, and lo and behold, I got it. For those of you who don't follow me on my personal Instagram, I posted a photo of me on opening day, but if you don't follow me on there, you would have no idea. But I did get it. I was a part of the opening team for campus. I say was because it definitely already happened, and I am forever grateful for this experience and the opportunity, and it was one of the coolest things to be a part of, to actually be able to open a whole land, and especially a land that I worked so hard to be a part of. I literally worked so hard to just even be a, like, contender, I guess you can say, in it. I literally, like, I worked so hard. And I was just so excited when they told me that I actually got it. And yeah, that day alone, it, like, really turned around my day, because I was so happy about the fact that, like, I finally did it. It was like all my hard work paid off, and then sitting there for a whole year, I definitely did this wrong. Like, sitting there for a whole year really messed with my, like, mental health, and my confidence about it, because I sat there for a whole year, didn't know what was gonna happen, and finally hearing it was just amazing. And then I was just beyond excited to see what the future was gonna come. And yeah, so that is that. Just to answer the question, because I knew I got that question a lot, of have you heard anything about campus? What's happening with campus? And I finally have an answer. Do I want to use Tarzan at the top, or do I want to use Jane? I want to use Jane. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm, like, my brain, like, completely shut off. Like, hey, where am I going with this now? But yeah, so that is kind of an update of what happened with that. Obviously, had my training. We had a whole week of training with my new team that I was a part of. I was really excited about it, just to be, again, a part of the experience is just amazing. I still do work on campus. I am not going to tell you where I work. I'm not going to tell you any other details, just for privacy reasons. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I went through training, like I said, and the training was so excited. The first time I ever saw the land, I actually saw the land before, because they were doing like testing for web slingers, and they actually allowed us to go on it before they announced even opening of campus, and we actually got to go on it. And I'm gonna use this one. I actually saw the land for the first time then, because we exited out of the attraction, like, through the land, and I literally got so excited. And one of my managers was like, hey, you still want that? And I'm like, yes, 100%, yes, like, obviously. And I, like, was instantly obsessed with campus as soon as I saw it, and as soon as we rode that attraction. And then for our training, we got to actually fully see the whole entire land, and it was just amazing. Again, it was one of those things where I just worked so hard for, and it was like every single thing that I worked for finally paid off. And yeah, so we had a week of training, and then had about a week of our normal areas, and then opening happened. We did cast previews. I actually won a cast preview, so I actually got to also experience it as a guest as well before opening, which was a really cool experience as well. I got to test out so much food and just so many different things. Do I have an extra full box? Why do I feel like I do? Which one do I want to use? I kind of want to use this one. What's it saying? Oh yeah, I got to experience like the food. I got to test out Pim's Kitchen twice before the land actually opened, and then I rode web slingers so many times. Actually, the amount of times that I rode web slingers was kind of ridiculous. I was very surprised that I was able to ride it that many times. Even then, we get to experience it every now and then on nights that were a little bit slower. And we actually just have this great relationship with all the different departments and everything, and it's a really fun time on campus. I actually really love it. I really enjoy it. It's stressful, like any other job can be. Like, every single job is very stressful all the time, and it's definitely hard work. It's been a hard work. I was working when we first opened about let's see, how much was I working? I think I worked the first week of opening, I worked about 56 hours, something like that. I worked 6 days, and all days had overtime on top of it. They were longer than 8-hour shifts. And then for a couple weeks, it was kind of like that, where we just worked multiple overtime shifts and a lot of hours, and I very much barely had time to even do basic things like go to the grocery store, let alone even try to film a plan with me. That's also why new releases kind of were very, I was gonna say rare, that's not right. We're not as frequent. There you go, that's a better word. That's why new releases weren't as frequent, because I straight up just did not have the time. I really didn't. I came home, slept, woke up, went to work. That's pretty much what I did. And 100% okay with it. It was very much what I signed up for. I knew what I was signing up for. I knew that I was signing up for very little sleep and exhaustion, and it's been a whirlwind of emotions. I'm still exhausted 24/7, I feel like. We are a little shorthanded on our team, but hopefully very soon we will not be. But yeah, 100% the most rewarding experience that I have been able to be a part of so far, and I'm super excited for the future. I know that some people have experienced campus before and they haven't been they weren't super impressed with it, which is true, because it's a very small land. It's a very, 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 very tiny, because it was just what Bugs Land was. It's not anything super crazy. It's not as big as Galaxy's Edge, which a lot of people thought it was going to, and there's only one attraction in it other than Guardians, so some people were just very much let down by it, which is understandable, but hopefully there are more plans in the future for things to come, and hopefully I'll still be a part of it when they do come. But yeah, that's pretty much my update on my work life. Social life, I've literally not had one at all since opening of campus, because I don't have time to do anything. Literally, I do nothing all day because I don't have the time to do stuff. And it's kind of an issue. And maybe one day I'll have a social life again. It's very hard. Very, very, very hard. And I don't know. I also just, for time being, was not emotionally ready to have a social life either, because I was, again, had a lot of anxiety, was going through a lot of things, and now hopefully things are getting better. And we will have a social life at some point. Who knows? We'll see. I think at this point we're gonna try to focus on actually getting things done and having time to actually clean and having time to film videos if I wanted to. I actually miss this so much. Like, trying to film is obnoxious and it takes up so much time, but I do really, really enjoy it. I'm trying to figure out, maybe I can also, I think I'm gonna actually cut one of these. Split it in half. I hope you guys are all doing well though. I do see your guys' messages. I am very, 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 very bad at responding to messages. Like, obscenely bad at responding to messages on my Instagram. There was a time frame where I was not even logging in to my Instagram, like, for a long time, just because I, one, didn't have the time, and two, I didn't, like, really care enough to, if that makes sense, which sounds terrible, but it's true. I just very much fell out of the planning world and didn't have any motivation to try and film anything, to really care, pay attention to anyone else's spreads. I just straight up just did not care about, I really wish I could, like, well, I guess I could. I'm gonna turn this sideways. I very much did not care about anyone else's spreads. I didn't care about logging in. I wasn't buying stickers for a while. I do have some stickers that I've purchased, but not very many at all. So you guys obviously haven't seen a haul in any time because of that. Yeah, we'll do this. It's a little funky, but I think it works. She's a little funky. What else has been happening? Oh, okay, y'all. So I did, however, log on to Instagram during the, don't want to use the yellow. I feel like the yellow is too bright. I did log on to Instagram, though, when all the drama with certain shops was happening, and I don't want to, like, I didn't obviously say anything about it because I personally do not ever put anything political on my planner Instagram. Never have, probably never will. I try not to post anything political on any of my Instagrams. The only one I did was my personal one, but I am very much that person that will not post anything on social media if it's like a sensitive subject, which I know is kind of controversial, kind of not. Like, I 100% support a lot of the things that gets posted, but I also like to do my own research, and I like to just not post things unless I genuinely have a reason to. So there was a whole situation with a shop, which I think most of you probably know the shop, but I am just going to, for sake of my sanity, just not say it, the name of it, but I will still use the shop's, like, things, which I will explain. But essentially there was a shop that was mentioned on another person's Instagram story. I don't for the life of me remember the handle. I want to say it was like Lauren Marie Plans, Lauren something. I'm so sorry, I completely do not remember. But there was a comment about a certain shop's inclusivity of different fashion girls, and I did log on. I was doing other things at this, like, time frame. I was actually not traveling, but, like, I was out, like, in Northern California, I guess you can say, with my sister. Wow, I cut that so crooked. Hello? Why? And so I knew what was happening, but I didn't know much behind it. And then I kind of went back and, like, watched the stories of different things and looked at the Facebook groups, and it escalated so quickly, and it was a huge, big issue, which is 100% understandable. I understand where the person who brought up the issue was coming from, especially because most of the time, majority of the people do not have a fashion girl that is included that resembles them, and I know that everyone at least wants one fashion girl to resemble them, and certain shops just haven't been doing it. And me coming from a person who almost always has a fashion girl, I never thought about this because, like, you don't think about it if it doesn't affect you. And so this person just kind of wanted to raise awareness of the whole situation, and it brought to my attention. I was like, oh yeah, I almost always have a fashion girl because I'm a white, like, person with brunette hair. Like, most of the time there's almost always a fashion girl for me, and it very much raised the awareness of what was happening with the situation. And I was so surprised that this was even an issue, and I didn't realize it was an issue until they did bring it up, and I'm very glad they did because it definitely opened my eyes to the whole situation. But the way that a certain shop owner responded to it, and I know multiple shop owners and different things responded to it, kind of caused a huge issue in this community, and a lot of people are no longer supporting certain shops because of it, including the one that is a very popular shop, which I have not named yet, but probably will not. And I personally, and I'm probably gonna, I think a majority of people have kind of done this, is I will not be purchasing from this shop in the future. If I do, I honestly don't know, like, a reason behind it. I do, though, have a lot of kits and stickers already from this shop, and I personally have spent so much money on it, and I would like to continue using them. So I am going to continue using these shop stickers, including the kits, just because I have spent so much money on them, and I personally don't want to waste that money. I don't want to throw out these kits. I want to use them. I don't want to throw out the stickers because I have character stickers, I have scripts, I have foil. I personally do not want to throw out anything that I have purchased based off of sticker wise, and I know that some other people have said the same thing, some other planners. So you guys will still see me using things from the shop, including in this video, but just know I do not support unless they make an active change. I do not support what they or how they responded or anything like that, but I am just going to throw that out there. I will still use the kits because I use my hard-earned money on them, and I want to use them. I don't want to waste it, and kits are not cheap, and I want to make sure I am getting the use out of all the kits. So that's my 2 cents on that. I'm not going to go into any much other detail. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. If it's not, y'all don't have to watch me. It's fine. But I am still going to use the stickers that I purchased and paid for and have in my sticker collection. So throwing that out there. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of my 2 cents on that whole situation. It was a big thing that happened, and understandably, I know that she was the person who brought it up, was just trying to raise awareness to the issue, and a lot of people actually just started attacking other shop owners, other people for no reason, and that was not the intent of the original person who actually brought it up. Hers was just to bring awareness to the situation, and it kind of escalated pretty badly and pretty quickly. And when I found out about it, I was just like, oh my god, what is happening? I disappeared from the planner world and y'all have so much issues coming. And I kind of miss the days when, like, planner community was so small. It was so nice, and I definitely miss those days of not having this many people in the planner community, because I feel like just every day there's a new, like, shop that has to get canceled or a new issue that happens. And I honestly hate the concept of cancel culture. I think it's ridiculous, and just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to completely cancel it. Just say your 2 cents on it and move on. And should other people be supporting certain things? No, but everyone has their own opinion, and they can pretty much do whatever they want. And stop canceling things for, like, no reason. Stop escalating and creating more drama for no reason. And that is just, like, I kind of miss the days of planning when it was just so simple. There weren't this many people in the planning community. I know that even before my time, there weren't this many people, or my camera stopped recording. What was I saying? Like, I know that even before my time, there was even less people, and it was even more fine. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I hate cancel culture. I hate the concept of it. Like, people trying to cancel, what was it? High-rise jeans or something? People were trying to cancel something. Oh, skinny jeans. And I was like, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna live my life with my skinny jeans, and you guys can all leave. Like, I will be that 30-year-old person who wears the skinny jeans. Let me live my life. So, I don't know. I know that the whole situation is complicated, and I do genuinely want everyone to feel included, and I definitely think that artists and shop owners, there's a loud truck driving by my house, I think that artists and shop owners both should make an effort to make sure that they are being, like, inclusive. And I don't know, I just also think, though, that people in the planner community need to not completely start attacking others just because they have an opinion, but, like, more just try to educate but not attack, which I know that the person who originally, like, made aware, or brought it up to make awareness, to raise awareness, I don't know what the words I'm trying to say are. I know that she was just trying to make people aware and not attack anyone. So yeah, anyway, okay, so here is the base part of the spread. I've now pretty much gotten to where I'm gonna end up having to do day by day, I think, right? Am I missing anything? I did overlays. No, I think I got everything. Yeah, I am missing the little, what's it called up here? The dates up here, purely because I do not have them foiled. I do have them obviously for my shop, but I do not have them foiled. So that is why I am missing the dates up there. But we'll go ahead and zoom in, and we'll just do day by day. Also, who knows how bad my handwriting's gonna be for this, because she be probably a little rusty. It's been a while. But anyway, let's go ahead and put down the work schedule. I do have work labels to put down now, because hello, I'm back at work and it's exciting to actually put down work labels. So I am going to fill everything out as well. Oh yeah, I called out on this day. Okay, so you guys obviously don't know everything that's been happening in my life, which you will see as spreads go on. I will be honest, not much has been happening. Like, it's been real boring. Like, real boring. However, on this day, I actually had to have my car towed to the dealership. So I was having some issues with my car. I essentially... it's weird because my car is only a year and a half old. I got it in November of 2019, and it's a 2020 car. And I have been having issues with it where, for some reason, when I'm driving and trying to maintain a speed, my RPMs will, like, fluctuate, if that makes sense. It's very, very hard to explain, but essentially my whole entire RPM, like, gauge will, like, fluctuate up and down while I'm driving and trying to maintain a speed, and my car will act as if it's trying to physically shift, and it's not shifting. Or I'm not, like, trying to make it shift. So I actually had to call out on this day, which I warned my managers, and my team was like, hey, I'm not gonna be at work, because I had to get my car towed to the dealership. So 2 days before this, I actually, hold on, I need to make sure I actually spell this right. I got towed home. I was driving home from work, and it got so bad that it was even doing it when I was stopped in a drive-thru, which was the first time I did that. And I was trying to drive home. I was 6 miles from home. I was so close, and I ended up having to pull over because it was doing it even worse. Also, I just realized my hand is very dry right here. I'm sorry. So I ended up getting towed home. My dad actually came out and like drove down to sit with me because it was 1:30 in the morning, and he didn't want me to be sitting on the side of the road, which, I mean, I was in a relatively safe area. It wasn't that big of a deal, but he didn't want me to sit there by myself So I got towed home, and then I had to I took my dad's car to work the next day, and then I had to call out the day after that because my dad had to work, so I couldn't actually take his car to work. So I got up at like 7 a.m. on this day and got my car towed to the dealership because I had nothing else I could do. And so I sat at home all day and couldn't go anywhere. And the dealership actually had my car for 4 days. They ran every single test possible on it, and they could not find what was wrong with it. And I'm still test driving it now because obviously this was last week. I'm still test driving it. I haven't had any issues since they had it, but I don't know. I'm very nervous driving it now. It really worries me. I'm afraid that it's going to just start having issues again, and because they found nothing wrong with it, which means they didn't fix it, I'm afraid that it's just going to completely have issues still. So we'll see what happens, but that is what happened with my car. I keep like giving an update to my coworkers of like my car saga because it's just, there's so many things. I've taken it to a mechanic, I've taken it to a dealer, and no one has been able to find an issue with it, and it's a new car, so it shouldn't be having issues in the first place. But yeah, that is what happened with my car. Anyway, for the rest of this day, like I said, I was pretty much stuck at home. So I did start creating new releases because I had Halloween new releases for my shop release last week. Was it last week? Yes, 13th. It was this week. So I needed to start working on those. So I did start creating some scripts. So there's a sticker on here. The little iPad is a Munchkin for Once More with Love. Create scripts I created for myself. Another Munchkin to mark that I did watch or have a YouTube binge. I don't actually like. I've been watching YouTube and Twitch a lot lately, and I actually got very much into what's it called? Watching people play The Sims Cottage Living, and that's what this was. I was watching them actually play it on Twitch, but I figured YouTube binge just works for it, and I am obsessed with Cottage Living right now for The Sims. I very much got into a you must play The Sims 24/7 mood, and I played The Sims for 3 days. Was it 3 days in a row? Yeah, and then kind of fell off a little bit, but I'm still playing it every now and then. But yeah, Cottage Living is so cool, and I think it's like a really fun addition to the game. So I did have a like Twitch binge kind of, so I use Munchkin, and the YouTube binge script is for my shop. And then I use Coffee Monsters Co. Munchkin, and the Play Sim script is actually from Kenzie's Creations, which she also closed in the time frame. She actually closed really recently, and when I found out about it, I was really sad. But also I have my own script shop, so I haven't been purchasing from her in a while, but when I found out about it, I was like, oh no, that makes me sad, because she was one of the first script shops that I ever purchased from. And then we did have Chili's for dinner, so I used a Wonton in a Million sticker for that. So yeah, anyway, moving on to Tuesday. I'm gonna put down some washi. Do I want to use that side? No, I'll use this side. But yeah, guys, I've been literally obsessed with Cottage Living. This is a different ruler. It's fine. We'll use this one. I have 2 rulers just chilling next to me. I've been obsessed with it. It has been my jam lately. And the fact that I've even had time to do it. I actually have 4 days off, which I'm so excited about. I've been off since Wednesday, which was my niece's birthday. So the 18th as I'm filming it, or 18th. So I'm on my 4th day right now, which I was asking for a couple extra days off this week, and I'm so excited because I actually got them off. It's my first time having days off since opening of campus, and I've needed this break. It's been a nice break. I actually spent a lot of time working on my shop. I shipped out all orders that were open, and I did new releases, and also went to the zoo for my niece, which I probably, now looking at this, probably should have used it. Actually, no, because I'm using a different kit for the next week. I probably actually should have used this kit for next week, but it's fine. But yeah, I've had 4 days off, and it's been a nice, calm, relaxing break, and I'm so happy about it. So that's why I've actually had the time to be able to film a plan with me. But again, this is just my goal, to be able to actually film more. But yeah, anyway, I slept in on this day. What am I marking this for? What did I do? Oh. I slept in on this day, so I put down a piece of washi and a munchkin, and a sleep-in script is from Scribble Co. I put a paper and milk, what's it called? Murrow down to mark laundry day, and that laundry day script is also from Kenzie's Creations. And then I do want to mark that we have a new cast app, which actually allows us to access, what's it called? All like important things or schedules and stuff on an app rather than having to log in on the browser and having to log in that way. We actually can use the app instead now. So because it's a Disney thing and anything work related, I actually use Disney characters. I used a Tarzan sticker to mark it because hello, Tarzan's bread, pretty much. And I wanted to use that. And then I did finish up the rest of the new releases on this day. It took me a while to actually do those Halloween scripts because one, I had to compile a list of all of the Halloween scripts, and then I also had to what's it called? Oh my god, what's it called? Actually, like, write them all out, and when it's multiple things on one sheet, it takes me a lot longer than if it was just one word on one sheet. So it definitely took me a little bit longer to actually fully finish creating all those scripts. And then I had to design everything, which was actually putting it all into silhouettes and getting the cut files and stuff, so it definitely took a little while. But yeah, so I pretty much did exactly, I just realized, exactly the same thing that I did the day before. I created some scripts and then had a YouTube binge and then played some more Sims, and then I was very much just in my feelings for some reason this week, or this day. I don't know why. I just actually have been getting in my feelings a little bit more lately. Maybe it's because I finally realized that I have not had a social life in a long time, and I just very much got into my feelings. So I'm using a Paper Bits Co. Bear for that, and my feeling script is from Scribble Co. And the rest of that is pretty much all the same. That's from Paper and Milk. But yeah, so there is that. My camera battery is flashing, unfortunately, so we'll see how long this takes before it finally goes kaput on me. Moving on to Wednesday. So I did have to go through and delete a bunch of emails on my personal email and also my shop email, so I just went through and deleted all those. I also ordered, I have regrets, hold please. Oh no, oh no. Okay, you know what, we're just gonna switch this. Let me put down a quarter box. So I did order foil on this day. This was when I realized that, oh crap, I don't have an orange foil, which I thought I did, but I didn't. So I did order foil, so I'm just going to use the package icon for that. And I did also do some designing, which was essentially me, again, putting all of the stuff into Silhouette and doing some cut files. And then I did obviously cut all the stickers. I cut not only the new releases, but also worked on some of my orders that I had as well, which was very much needed because some of them have been there for a little bit longer than I hoped for. I obviously was not past its like ship date, but some of the customs were definitely there for a little bit longer than I meant to, but that is why I have that extra week for customs, because it does take me a little while to fully go through and actually create the customs because I don't have the time. I'm so tired 24/7, and I struggle so much with just getting things done. I barely even have time to clean my room, let alone do anything else. So yeah, me actually finally getting all those custom orders out was definitely a huge relief. And I'm so glad that I actually took these 4 days off because it gave me a lot of time to do things that I've needed to work on for a while. Okay. So yeah, I did some designing, and I used, this is from Paper and Milk, and then ordered some foil, and then the Silhouette sticker is from, Oh god, I want to say Paper Shire. I feel like that's wrong, but I think. And then the cut sticker script is from Nicole Alexia Designs. I want to say it's Paper Shire because I bought a bunch of them. Actually, I don't know now. Oh my god, my brain. I'm sorry guys if that's completely wrong, which I feel like it is. I don't remember now where I got it. I also just realized I don't have much else to mark on this day. So we're going to use a half box because I got a lot of extra space. Did not realize that. I'm going to use a half box here. And I actually did get a really, really, really sweet gift from Katarina, who is the narcoleptic planner. And she actually got me a birthday gift, which my birthday was in July. It's July 18th, and she was so incredibly nice enough to buy me a birthday gift. And when I saw it, I literally got so excited and almost started to cry because I was like, this is so sweet. She's just the nicest, and I am the worst person ever because I stopped responding to her, and Katarina, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. But she's just so incredibly nice, and she bought me a like wooden kind of sign that is a, I hate these loud trucks that are always outside my house. She bought me like a wooden sign that has the name tag of a Disneyland cast member, and it just has my name, and it's just so cute, and it was so nice of her, and I literally got so excited when I saw it, and super emotional because, again, in my feelings, and just super emotional this entire week. And Katarina, again, if you're watching this, thank you so much. She is just incredibly nice, and I feel so bad because I am literally the worst at maintaining any type of friendship that is over the internet. I am very bad at responding to people, and I always feel so bad when I don't. So yeah, I don't know. She was just so nice. So anyway, I got a super nice gift from Katarina, and then I did play more Sims because, again, very much on that Sims kick. I was doing a rags to riches with cottage living, and it's so difficult, and it's great. It makes me happy. I honestly get bored with The Sims very quickly. I don't play video games as much as I used to, and I very much have to be in the mood to actually play them. But yeah, I was very much in the mood when I started watching those, what's it called? Oh my god, my brain, sorry. When I was watching the, like, people playing them, like gamers playing them, I very much was like, I need this, I need to start playing it, and I very much got in the mood of playing The Sims from that. Anyway, okay, so that is it for Wednesday. I feel like I'm actually doing this pretty quickly. Maybe not, maybe this video is like an hour and 50 minutes long, but I feel like I'm doing decently well. Who knows? Anyway, moving on to Thursday. So Thursday's always my payday, and also I always work, so let's put down a work label first. Let's stick that there. Also, guys, I had my first pumpkin drink of the season. One of my friends, she actually brought it for me, and I'm so excited, guys. It's so good. It's not as good as the Starbucks pumpkin cold brew because she got me the pumpkin cold brew from, I think it's cold brew. Is that what it is? Pumpkin cream cold brew. Yeah. She got it from Dunkin', and I can't decide on if it's as good as the Starbucks one or not. I'm indecisive. I have to try the Starbucks one because it's obviously been over a year since I've had it, and yeah, I'm very much indecisive on whether I think that it is better or not, but I essentially was so excited. I almost murdered her when I saw her and was like, no, you did not. And yeah, so she bought me a what's it called? Wow, my brain right now is very much struggling. She brought me a pumpkin cream cold brew, and I'm very much now in just a fall mood, and I'm so excited for fall. I'm so excited for just all of the pumpkin things, for it to cool down. It's actually relatively cool today, which is also why I was willing to film, because I'm not completely sweating my butt off, because it's not like obscenely hot today, which is amazing. But then it's also supposed to be like 104 coming up in a couple days. It goes from like 75, 73 to 104, and this is why I hate California. California weather in the summer sucks, and this very much is just giving me fall vibes, and I really, 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 really am excited for fall. Also, I'm taking a vacation in fall because I didn't take my vacation in July because there's no way it was going to get approved, and I'm so excited for all the fall colors. I'm beyond excited for fall, just all the fall things, so excited. Anyway, so for Thursday, I did work. I always put my work labels at the top of the day, even though I work closing shifts usually, but I do always put them at the top. And I did wake up early and had to go pick up my car from the dealer. So this was the day that they were like, okay, you can pick it up. We found nothing wrong with it though, but you can pick it up. So we picked it up on this day, and I actually switched cars with my dad for a little bit to see if he could get any issues with it to pop up. I actually drive home from Anaheim. I commute to work. It's about a 40-minute drive, and I personally did not want to have to get towed again at 1 a.m. and so he switched cars to me to see if he could find an issue. We have not found any issues yet, but I've also only had to drive it once out there since getting it back because I drove his car for like 4 days, and then I drove my car once, and then I've been off. So we'll see. Hopefully things continue to work. I also did not put in car. Wonder if I can fix this. Can I like car? The O. I can't fix the O. No. Can I just like whoop, whoop? Oh, she real messed up. She real messed up. Oh, God. I really wish I could use whiteout right now, but I can't. Do I want to just replace the box? Let me see if I can pick this back up. But yeah, so my car hasn't had any issues yet, but I also have not driven it much, but hopefully she won't have any more issues, or he's a he. His name is Bruce. I probably should actually say he. But yeah, oh my God, why? I knew I was gonna mess up something eventually. There was just bound to happen, especially because I get distracted very easily and my brain just goes off topic and I forget what I was doing. So we're gonna throw this sticker away, and I guess I'll use a different one. I don't want to use a fancy label. I'll use this one. I wanted to keep the yellow at least in there because I have all the other colors. So we'll see if this will stick back down now. Yeah, okay. We're gonna try that again and hopefully put it all down correctly. Thankfully though, my car is under warranty, so like even if they did find something, I didn't have to pay for it. I kind of wish they found something so that at least I knew that there was something wrong with it. But right now I'm pretty much just like a sitting duck waiting to see if it will do anything. Okay, there we go. There's that, and that sticker is from One Ton in a Million. Okay, moving on. So I did pick up my car on this day. I then went and got Dunkin' because I drove home and it was like 7 a.m. and I don't wake up at 7 a.m. I very much like to sleep in. So I did go to Dunkin', so I'm using a Simply Water Color Code coffee cup, which I don't know if these are still, if her shop is still a thing or not. And then the Dunkin' script is from my shop, and then I did have to wash my costume before I went to work. So I'm using a Simply a Mess Girl for that, and a custom wash costume from a shop that will not be named. And then I had to create listings for what's it called, the new releases that were happening on Friday, and then I just marked that I was super tired because I woke up early, did not take a nap, and had to work, and I was just exhausted. So Tired script is also a custom, and then that is a bunny that is from Paper Shire. And then I'm gonna write in create listings here. I probably should actually create a script for that for myself. Eventually though, if I just keep creating all these scripts, I will never have to use my pen ever again, because I'll have a script for literally everything, which I know that some people actually do. Some people prefer that, which I don't mind writing in, because again, I don't mind my handwriting. It just kind of takes forever when you're actually planning. Scripts are so much quicker because you don't have to worry about writing anything in. So yeah, moving on to Friday, I'm gonna put down a half box, and actually I'm gonna do a work label first, and then a squared off box to mark Friday the 13th, which I don't usually mark, but felt like marking it this time. I wrote it down in my planner, and figured I would mark it, which also, if anyone's curious, I do still use this, my pre-planning, and I have just been filling in all the weeks as they go on, so that is how I know what I've done. I actually have been filling it in, I just haven't been doing Plan With Me. So for anyone who might be curious about that, I do still actually write everything in on my little planner thing. I just sometimes actually I skip a week and then I have to go back and be like, what did I do? There's a whole section in, I think, May that I had to go back and do, because it was like all of May was completely empty and I had to go back and fix it. But I think I'm pretty much caught up on writing out everything. It's just a matter of planning out everything, because that's definitely gonna be the thing that takes the longest. Friday the 13th. Yeah, I actually don't know what my full plan is for filming everything, because I barely have enough time, like I said, to be able to film just the one Plan With Me, so I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to catch up and back plan all of those other ones. But I don't know, I want you guys to still see them, because there is an Avengers spread in there, there's a Star Wars spread, like there's some fire kits that will be coming, or like that were in that time frame, and I really want to use them, because hello, all of the Disney scripts, like, or not scripts, Disney kits, like I want to use them all, and I can't if I'm not going to plan them out. So anyway, marked Friday the 13th, used a Munchkin to mark that. Starbucks Run, the script is from Scribble Prince Co., and then a Simply Water Co. coffee cup, and then to mark new releases, I used a Wonton and a Million sticker. Moving down, so park hours were actually extended on this day, which has not been needed, I feel like. Honestly, I will be 100% honest, definitely not needed, but here we are. They extended our park hours, which is probably going to be indefinite, so we close, I think DCA is 10, and Disneyland is now 11. I think they're prepping us for, what's it called? They're prepping us for the holiday season that is coming. This is like the lull before the holiday season, which I'm excited for anyway, because Halloween, just Halloween, yes. And Christmas is coming, which is insane to think that this year is already into the holiday season. Like, guys, September is in a week, and I'm not ready. Anyway, so to mark park hours extended, I used a Jane sticker, because again, I just want to mark anything if I have the character sticker. Anything that's like work related or Disney related, I might as well use one of the Disney character stickers that I have. Hours extended. And then okay guys, my camera battery died. I, in the meantime, took a shower and I'm now back. So I pretty much just took like a little mini break. But yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about, because yeah, camera battery died. No idea. Don't know what I was talking about. Probably about my plans. No idea. Anyway, so I'm gonna fill this in. So I put the Munchkin down to mark that it was super, super slow. It's been really slow at work lately. I think because people are waiting for the holiday season, and a lot of people went back to school, so that's my assumption as to why. But yeah, it's been real slow, like real slow, obnoxiously slow. And I'm not here for it because I kind of missed the chaos that was happening when we opened. There was so much chaos, and I missed that. I need the chaos in my life. A lot of us on our team are like, can we go back to the days when we had chaos and we didn't know how to function, because we missed those days. And then I put down Mantis from the Coffee Monsters Co. It was actually one of, it was not my coworker. She works in another department, but she was leaving. It was her last day on this day, and she was one of the people that I worked with pretty frequently. And she actually did a Guardians ride. Oh god, I'm not gonna have room for this. I just wanted a Guardian. She did a Guardians ride, like, as her last ride before she left, and they actually did it no-show, which is the first time I've experienced Guardians no-show. And it was really, really cool. So it was actually kind of like, it threw me off. I was like, oh my god, there's no music, what is happening? And it was really, really cool to finally be able to experience that. I used to do Tower No Show all the time, which was essentially the final checkout that they ended up doing. And I really missed actually doing it with Guardians. I haven't done it yet, so really excited to do that. I'm really sad that it was her last day, but it was cool to be able to actually be there for her last day and ride the attraction with her. So yeah, there's that one. So that is it for Friday. I'm gonna put down the weekend banner. Oops, you guys can't see that. I put down the weekend banner, and then I'm gonna put down the last two work labels really quickly. On Saturday and Sunday. Okay, there's that. And then for Saturday, we got Dunkin' like we do on most times. Oh, this is still a thing that we've continued. Every Saturday we get Dunkin', and most Sundays we get Starbucks. This is just a tradition that, like, my family and I do, and it has continued. Even now, it's been at least a year, I feel like over a year maybe, that we've been doing this, so yeah. And then I did have to get gas, so I have this sticker that is from Kinsey's Creations, and it was like a collab, I believe, with Lilac Paper Co. or something. Please don't quote me on that, I could be completely wrong. But I'm gonna put down this gas little icon from Magic Prints Co., which I have no idea if they're also still open. And then the Get Gas script, again, is from Kinsey's Creations. And then I did have to go to costuming to go get an updated costume, because my campus costume was starting to get a little worn because I was wearing it pretty much every day, so I went to go get a new costume. So I'm using Jane again to mark that, just because again, I want to use, like, the Disney characters to mark anything that is work related or can be work related or / Disney related. So yeah, so I use that. And because most of the time I don't have any other like sticker I could use for going to costuming other than, like, a laundry one, which I don't want to do. So I'm gonna put that down. And then I was feeling anxious on this day. I was having a lot of anxiety kind of the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure why. I very much have been overthinking a lot of things, and I've been having a lot of anxiety, and it's kind of an issue. So we were anxious on this day, so I put down the Munchkin and then an anxious script from Kinsey's Creations. And then I did have a headache on this day, so I'm just going to use this Coffee Monsters Co. sticker for that. And then I just marked that I had to drink literally, like, all the water. Just drinking insane amount of water, because I think that was why I did have a headache. I think I was 100% just dehydrated. Okay, I am determined to finish this bread. I've been interrupted like 3 times now. Sorry guys, my brother ended up coming home and I got distracted. Okay, so to mark Where did my thing go? I didn't grab a script for this, which I should have, to mark the headache, which I'm probably just gonna use a migraine sticker because I know I have them. I don't think I have just basic headache, but I will use a migraine sticker. Really quickly to mark that I had a headache, which honestly, it kind of felt like a migraine. It was coming on. Something's blinking. Why is my light blinking? Hello? What is going on? There we go. Okay. I'm losing my mind. It's fine. Okay. We're gonna mark. Drink all of the water. So this is why I usually do voiceovers, because when I am at least doing this part, it's very difficult to try to multitask and like talk and write at the same time. Make sure you don't misspell anything or mess anything up. It's very difficult for me to do. Okay, there's that. Moving on to Sunday, I'm gonna put down a fancy label. To mark Starbucks. And this Starbucks script is from a freebie. I don't remember what freebie it is, so I apologize because I actually really like the font. I just don't know where it came from, but it's from a freebie. That's the most that I actually know. But yeah, there's that. And then I did print invoices for the customs that I had already. So I'm going to put that down. Actually, not customs, excuse me, new releases. And then, of course, my body decided to be a jerk on me, and I started feeling cramps on this day. They weren't completely terrible, but they definitely were bad enough to where I had to take a lot of medicine to make them go away. We're gonna write print invoices. And then we're just gonna write so much pain, because accurate. So with a bunch of O's. Okay. And then moving down, I started feeling super emotional for some reason, because we are an emotional human, always, 24/7, literally. Me, 24/7 is emotional. And I'm gonna put that down, and then the little, like, kind of crying head. And then it was super slow again at work, so I'm just gonna use this munchkin that's like sleeping at a computer, because it's literally a mood. It is me when I am exhausted. So we're gonna put that down. And then the chicken nuggets and a Raising Cane script, that is from Sugar Box Stickers. I'm gonna cut it in half. I just don't like how small it is. It really makes me sad how tiny these are. But yeah, Raising Canes, because I did get that on my way home from work. And we're gonna mark that I was super emotional. I almost just misspelled that. Oh my god, you know, one of these days I'd actually remember how to spell things, but today, not that day. It's fine. I think that's the biggest the hardest part about filming, or not filming, oh my gosh, planning, is just trying to make sure that you spell everything correctly. That was not my best writing. It's okay. Just fill this in really quickly and we'll be good. Sorry, I know that the end of this kind of tapered off with me of like having things to talk about, which I apologize for. But yeah, honestly, that's kind of what happens with these Plan With Me's, and that is exactly why I usually will do a voiceover for these and speed it up, because I kind of just eventually run out of things to talk about. Even though I haven't filmed a Plan With Me in months, I still will run out of things to talk about. So okay, let's go ahead and put this back in here, which we gotta go all the way to August. Perfect. Okay. And we'll zoom you guys out just a little bit more. Sweet. Okay, I actually think this turned out so pretty. I'm so happy that this is my first spread back after not planning for a couple of months, but she's real pretty. I'll give you guys a wiggle really quickly. Hopefully you guys can actually see the foil. I'm not sure if you actually can, but she is real pretty. I actually really like the use of these too. I wasn't originally planning on using those, but I think they actually look pretty good. But yeah, that's everything for the spread. I'll go ahead and flip through what's left in the kit just so you guys, just so you guys can see what I used and didn't use. I don't know if you guys still enjoy this or not. I don't know. Some people always liked seeing like what would have been kit leftovers and what wouldn't have. I like seeing it just to see what the person used in the kit and what they didn't use. But yeah, that is actually everything for this Plan With Me. Again, I'm going to try my hardest to make sure that I am trying to keep up with these, at least going on, and then I will go through and back plan every single spread that I missed, which there's a lot in here. Also guys, look how cute this is. I never actually did a flip through of my whole planner, but like, look how cute this is. It's so cute. I'm obsessed. I love it. But yeah, every single spread in here that's not completed, I will eventually do a spread on. Just don't know when it's gonna happen, but it will happen eventually. But yeah, that is everything for this Plan With Me. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that you guys are excited to have me back in the planner world. It's been a while. There's been a lot of things that has happened in the meantime, and if you guys have any questions for me, because I kind of explained a lot of what happened during the time frame that's off, but if you guys have any specific questions, I am more than willing to answer them in future Plan With Me's, because I will be doing voiceovers in future Plan With Me's. This is the only one that I'm actually going to do a talk through of, but if you guys want to ask me any type of questions, feel free to, and I will do my best to answer any of them in future Plan With Me's. And thank you guys for sticking with me. For those of you who stay subscribed and are still watching even after like 5 months of me being gone, I appreciate you guys so unbelievably much, and you guys are incredible for sticking with me. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have for this. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye guys!